ドジャースの大谷翔平選手は日本時間9月21日、本拠地で行われたジャイアンツ戦に1番 DH で出場をしました。この日の大谷選手は第4打席で本塁打、リーグトップのフィリーズのカイル・シュワーバー選手に並ぶ今季53号本塁打を逆方向へと放つ活躍を見せました。カウント 2-2 から相手投手ペゲーロ投手の 99.9 マイル約160キロの高めのフォーシームを振り抜き、打球はレフトスタンドへ。打球速度 107.4 マイル約 172.8 キロ、飛距離403フィート約 122.8 メートル、角度33度の一発に実況席も大興奮。この試合でチーム4本目の本塁打に地元放送局スポーツネット LA で解説を務めるオーレル・ハーシュハイザー氏は、翔平がショータイムですね。コンフォートが逆方向深くに、トミー・エドマンはレフトのファウルポール付近に打ちました。そして翔平は、もう君たちの役目は十分、僕がお手本を見せてあげると言わんばかりに打ちましたねと大絶賛でした。またこの勝利に試合後の地元局はお祭り騒ぎに。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Washington here. I'll tell you what, feels good to be with my guys. We got, of course, Jerry Harrison Jr. We got a crowd. We got Nomar Garcia-Parra. Guys, I feel like the energy is still high from last night. I mean, I think some people, I'm not even sure if they left. They may have just stayed here, Jerry, with a little salsa.
I mean, I'm feeling the vibes here, doing a little merengue as we speak. Dodger Stadium is rocking. It was buzzing last night with Clayton Kershaw and a great comeback win. Should be buzzing once again tonight.
Yeah, it was an incredible energy. And then today it's Clayton Kershaw bobblehead. We're celebrating number 3,000. Celebrated his career yesterday. You know, the last regular season start at Dodger Stadium. The ovation, the energy was incredible. And you get a victory against the Giants.
Yeah.
Might as well take care of business today and make sure you win the series. Get them today.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it, owning the Giants throughout his career. Got to get one more time at them, at least as a starter on the mound. It was great to see again. Fans are still excited about that, as we know. And a great one for them again, and a great moment for Kersh. Because ultimately, had they even lost, it wouldn't have mattered. But you want to go out on a great win and kind of set the tone for showing him love as we get closer and closer to the postseason. So, great stuff there. All right, we also want to go to Kirsten right now. Kirsten, of course, was there last night and can tell us a little bit more about what it was like for everybody, including Kershaw as well.
Of course, we know for Clayton Kershaw, it was his final start of the regular season here at Dodger Stadium. He still has one more on the season before the postseason starts. But for him, not only to just announce his retirement about 48 hours ago, to allow himself to have the fans celebrate him and share that moment with him, he talked about it after the game last night.
It was a great gesture. I didn't love it, but it was a great gesture. You know, the guys have gone above and beyond the last few days for me, so I never want to take away from, you know, be a distraction to the game or anything like that, because obviously winning is the most important thing for us, especially right now. So, but that was special. The whole night was. The whole night was just special. Obviously, it was a little harder than I wanted it to be. I was grinding out there, working way too hard to get people out. But you know, thankful that I made it through, and kept us in the game a little bit, and bullpen stepped up, and you know, Shohei's homer, just incredible. Mookie's homer right after, just amazing. So just like, I'm just very honored to be a part of this team tonight. It's just, it was just really special.
Playing through your head when you realized that your name was going?
A little bit of relief, just because it was so hard tonight. I was battling, you know, not throwing very many strikes, having a tough time, you know, getting the ball where I wanted it to go. So, you know, able to get that last one there and walk off the mound like that was really, really special. And yeah, it definitely, there's no way I could try to soak it all in tonight. Like, it's just 18 years of memories you can't just put into words in one night, or feel all the feels that you can possibly feel. So thankfully I was a little less emotional tonight than I was yesterday. I think yesterday was really hard, but today was more about the game, which I was thankful for, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Just a great night.
Clay, were you sort of go through everything like a normal start today, even though when you get
Yeah, no, I mean, I did everything normal. I really did. I did everything the same. I just think just everything just kind of expends your energy. You know, I think just thinking about everything throughout the day, and you're trying to focus on the 9 guys you have to get out, but it's a special day. You know, it's the last time here potentially, and this place has meant so much to me for so long, and I didn't want to not think about it, you know. So I think just I'm kind of mentally exhausted today, honestly. But it's the best feeling in the world now. You know, we got to win. We clinched a playoff berth. I got to stand on that mound one last time, and I just can't be more grateful.
After the game, Clayton Kershaw was joined by his family down here on the field. They actually took the rubber out. He was able to take it home. He, of course, got the rubber from when he had his 3,000 strikeout game. So this year for him, there's been so many special memories. And he's talked about what he's been most proud of has been the relationships that he's had with his teammates and how special this group has been this year. I know that, of course, everyone knows at this point that they do travel on their own. And so the time they get to spend to each other, that has been so valuable. And from talking to a few of his teammates, on Thursday when they spoke about him announcing his retirement and their favorite moments, it was 3,000 career strikeouts. It was Miguel Rojas playing behind him with his no-hitter, having a key play in that game. It was moments like that. But now when you talk to all of the guys, it's them witnessing him here on Dodger Stadium last night on that mound, walking off the field to an ovation. They said that was so special, just seeing how he felt, their emotions, all of it. So an unforgettable night, and hopefully can kind of set a little fire and add in a little additional spark, as this team looks to close out this regular season and prepare for hopefully a very exciting and deep postseason, guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kirsten, obviously you talked about so many moments. He's given us so many moments, and I'll tell you what, too, maybe there's more to come. We don't want to act like this is all over. Thank you so much, Kirsten, again. And fellas, we know final start could be next week, should be against the Mariners if all things go as planned. And they've been playing some great baseball around the 9-1 of their last 10 games. So, but
how often has he had to play stopper once again in this season? He's been a stopper for 18 years, and all the way up to his final start here at Dodger Stadium, he's had to be that guy and has lived up to that. I mean, the bar he has set for himself was so high, and he's answered the bell time and time again. Yeah, we know he has another star potential on the road, and we love to see them in the postseason. He talked about in his interview that you don't know what the postseason has in store, so you just never know. Asking him why now, why announce it. It's also letting the fans know that it was a moment where he could share with each other. As a player, it's one thing to go out there and you get an incredible ovation when you have the success. It's another to be able to have that moment where you can kind of tip your hat and just to tell them thank you and to let them know as best you can how much they meant all these years to him. And that's why he was letting everybody know. That's why he was saying this is potentially this is going to be my last regular season start here at Dodger Stadium. So you saw the players talk about the ovation. It meant a lot to the fans. It just meant a lot to everybody involved. And it was so fitting that he ended up coming out the way he came in with a strikeout. So it was just an amazing night. And you know what I really want to see? I want to see Clayton Kershaw once again on the stage at Dodger Stadium, raising up a World Series champion. I think the team feels that. Everybody's feeling that. Fans want to see that. And I think this might give them extra motivation to do that.
That is a tremendous point, Nomar. And you know this, Nomar, especially teams that are the defending champion. It's so hard to repeat in our sport. And I've been looking, and we all been looking for that it for this team. It really started with Blake Snell refusing to come out of the ball game a couple nights ago, following up with Yamamoto continuing to deal, and then the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw thinking the fans going out there and giving us a chance to win, and then the Dodger hitters led by Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts putting us ahead for good. That type of energy, that type of five, that's that we all been looking for. Now this team has momentum, not just going into tonight's ball game, but really going out on the road and then on to the postseason. This team is on a mission to repeat and make sure Clayton Kershaw goes out another winner.
You listen, for your mouth to God's ears, because this will be the first time in had a repeat champion in 25 years. But we want to start now with Dodgers team president Stan Casson taking some time out of his day with us. Stan, first of all, thank you for doing this. And Stan, I'll say it was amazing. You heard me mention there at the top last night, but let's actually go back 18 years. What's it been like, and how much has Clayton Kershaw meant to you, to the Dodgers, to this city?
Well, I've only been with him the last 13 years. I got to watch him from across the field before then, but he always had this extraordinary intensity. I think that has kind of leveled off as he has gotten older and more comfortable with everything around him, but his performance never wavered. His preparation never wavered. The example he set for teammates and for fans has never changed, and it's been a blessing to be around him for this entire time.
Stan, this is Jerry Harrison. Thanks for coming on with us. Listen, you've been around legendary athletes from Deion Sanders to John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Dominique Wilkins. Where does Clayton Kershaw rank in as far as the competitive fire and obviously the accolades?
Well, you can't put anyone above Clayton in any of those categories. And by the way, all of those great players didn't spend their career with one team. That's kind of extraordinary. It didn't happen back then very often. It doesn't happen now like ever. So to add that to all that he accomplished is truly amazing. He's right at the top rank of players ever in this game, I think, pitchers ever in this game. I don't know who's number 1 or who's number 3 or 5, but he's right up there in that conversation. And as I said, we've all just been very blessed to be able to have him share his career with us.
Hey, Stan, this is Nomar. You know, you've been a big part of the Dodgers now, making the postseason for 13 straight years, which is the second largest streak in Major League Baseball. But you're also a major part of the team that had the longest streak in the Braves going 14 seasons. I'm just curious about what differences and what other similarities you've seen from the 2 runs of both of these teams. And also, do you think the Dodgers can break that record?
First of all, yes, I think and I expect the Dodgers to break that record. I see no reason why they won't. I think the game was different 30 years ago, which is what we're talking about now, from what it is today. Players go in and out a little quicker. We manage the roster a little differently. We expected pitchers to go 7, 8, 9 innings. That's not the game we play because batters don't swing at the first or second pitch anymore like they used to. Batters grind the pitcher and try to get him out of the game. So there has been a metamorphosis in our game, but both of those teams were well equipped for their eras to contend, and both of those teams made a lot of changes year in, year out to keep up, to stay ahead. We've certainly done that here over the last 13 years that I've been here. And that, I think, is the consistent thing. We're always looking for the next edge. We're always looking for what the next innovation will be, and we try to stay ahead of it.
You know, Stan, you know this better than anybody. Baseball is so different. It is so hard to repeat as champions. And you talked about an edge. Did you feel the energy, especially the last couple nights, kind of change when Clayton Kershaw announced that this was going to be his last year? Because I think there's a different vibe now, thinking, hey, we got to make sure we win it for Kersh.
Well, I think they would have thought that without the announcement anyway, but, you know, this stadium was packed. Couldn't walk on the concourse 2 hours before the game started tonight. That's earlier than usual. I think everyone is highly motivated to win it this year. Maybe Kersh's announcement provides a little extra incentive, but this team doesn't need incentive. We always thought that by the time October got here, we would have maybe the best rotation. We would have maybe the deepest bullpen. We would have definitely the best lineup. Doesn't guarantee us anything in October, but it's a good place to start. And I think everyone has, you know, once we turned into September, middle of September, everyone kind of dialed in and expect to play like champions, and I think that's what we're seeing.
Well, Stan, you just mentioned about the way this place was packed and the concourse as well. How impressive is it that the franchise is about to break a record? You're going to have 4 million fans coming through here at Dodger Stadium this year. What does that mean to front office, to the organization as a whole?
Well, it is a vindication of everything we do. It gives us the confidence that we're on the right track to have this many people supporting us. We know that on many nights it's expensive to come and enjoy an evening here, and yet 50,000 people a night have decided it's worth it. It's the fans investing in us because I think they know we invest back in them. Whether it's the team on the field or the experience in the stadium or what we do in the community, it's this relationship that we have now that we have had for generations, really, in Los Angeles. So getting that approval from our fans, from our customers, is awfully reassuring. And it's really kind of why we do this, and it's why we are so determined to win it again this year.
Yeah. Yes, and we hope you're right, Stan, winning again this year, because I tell you what, you mentioned 4 million, no, Mark? It might be 4 million people on the streets of Los Angeles during the parade again,
yes,
if we're able to get that.
Oral, Friday night, we knew it was coming. The final Clayton Kershaw Appreciation Day in the regular season anyway. It didn't make it any less emotional, though.
Yeah, the announcement was a surprise. Everybody got ready for it. The ticket prices went through the roof. The emotions went through the roof. He has given us so many emotional and special days. He gave us one more yesterday, and hopefully there's a few more in his future and in ours.
And Clayton will tell you himself, the most important thing, the Dodgers got a win, and that victory helped them clinch a postseason berth. Another one. It has been 13 straight years now that the Dodgers have played postseason baseball. It's been a familiar speech from Dave Roberts, but it's one we get to listen to again.
Opportunity to get into the postseason and play for a championship. And there's nothing more special and rewarding than this.
What's even more special, Dave Roberts' speech, but they are playing the best baseball, and he reiterated that to the team. As fans and as broadcasters, we know they are playing that level of ball, so we are excited, a lot more excited than we were 3 weeks ago in the way they were playing.
And because the Padres also lost last night on the road against the White Sox, the Dodgers' magic number is 4, meaning the earliest that the Dodgers can clinch the West would be tomorrow. They have to win both games against the Giants and get help from Chicago against the Padres.
Ohtani, after walking and scoring in the 4th, now up to 140 runs scored this year. Grounded, foul on the first base side. The ball in 2 strikes. Now, the all-time record, regardless of era, is 148 runs by a Dodger in a single season. That was all the way back in 1890. So he needs 8 more runs over the last 7.5 games to match it. On a 2-2.
Ohtani with a towering tank to left field. There goes number 53. Right on cue.
Shohei is showtime. Conforto goes deep, Oppo. Tommy Edman goes off the foul pole in left field as a left-handed batter, and now Shohei says, enough of that, guys. Let me show you how to do it.
5 in 8 for Ohtani, who is now 1 away from matching his high set just last year with 54.
Just love the way he's swinging the bat now, and not necessarily the home runs, just the balance.
Bets down the line into the left field corner. He's going to have extra bases.
Take a look at a couple of good swings. This, the home run, swung by a great left-handed hitter, but hit like a right-handed pull hitter. And now here, the right-handed pull hitter doesn't hit it as high, but hits it hard and finds 2 bags. Ohtani found 4.
Now this is truly power versus power. Yoel Peguero.
High in the air, deep into left field, way back there, and gone. 53rd home run of the year for Ohtani.
And right here, the Giants keep attacking him up and away. Punished last night, a beautiful four-seamer from Robbie Ray. This time gets Peguero. And Ohtani, keep going to the well, keep going to the well. He's shown that he can get there. But there's really not that many spots to go on him. That's why he's got 53, 108 off the bat.
He's only one away from equaling his home run total from last year when he hit 54, his first year with the Dodgers. 403 feet to the opposite field with that one. Last night he hit the home run kind of toward the left field line.
Both opposite field on high and away fastballs.
This one he hit a lot better than the one he hit last night, and that one is down the left field line on a slider. And Mookie Betts has himself a double.
Still no one out. Now, I can promise you one thing, John. I'm no longer joking about omens. It's not working out for the Giants. No more omen talk. None. No omens.
Well, he's not going to have a 50-50 season this year in terms of home runs and stolen bases. He does have that in terms of home runs and strikeouts, but a 140-run season? Tell you what, you don't see those often. I think he was the last one to have one in the big leagues. Ronald Acuna for the Braves, I believe.
Well, obviously you have to get on base a lot, but the other part too is you have to have some people behind you that will drive you in.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hammer deep to left field. Heading back to the wall. It is gone. A home run for Shohei. Oh, that'll show him. Home run number 53, and the Dodgers lead it 6-4. An opposite field shot for Shohei Ohtani. Just an absolutely majestic blast that traveled 403 feet.
When he hits it high into the air, it's like the baseball has helium inside.
Freddie Freeman. The pitch. High drive to left, forget about it. This one is gone. Home run number 53, and it goes to the opposite field. High velocity fastballs do not impress big league hitters if you don't have one, location, two, a little bit of movement. And that was a high fastball.
He got in the mix tonight. He had 3 hits on the night, had a home run, and for whatever reason, against the Giants this year, he turns into Shohei Ohtani. But you know, he's hitting 8th in the lineup and hitting below 200 for a reason. He hasn't had a great year, but against the Giants, he's figured it out. Tommy Edman pokes one out the other way. Unlikely guy with 12 home runs on the year, and then Max Muncy, who's been doing it to the Giants for his whole career, he goes deep, and then you expect Shohei Ohtani to pop one out, you know, if you make a mistake on him, and he continues to be to make a case for his MVP. But he's going to win the MVP. That's pretty much a fact. But he keeps adding to that resume. 53 home runs now on the year and 100 RBI. So Shohei's good. And now he has 141 runs scored on the year. There's only 3 guys that have done that in the last 20 years. Acuna did it with the Braves a couple years ago with 149, and Alex Rodriguez did it at some point a long time ago. But Shohei has done it now this year. So he continues to just keep putting up huge numbers. And now he's pitching on top of that. Yeah. He'll probably be very important to the Dodgers come playoff time with his arm as well as his bat. So they're set up. They're set up in a good spot because they're hitting their stride at the right time coming into the playoffs. Since September 9th, which is the last 12 games, they're the best team in baseball offensively with as far as batting average and slugging percentage. So they're getting on base and they're driving a ton of runs and hitting a ton of home runs. So just a juggernaut right now.
Yeah, I know many of you don't want to hear this, but witnessing greatness and getting to watch Shohei Ohtani do what he does, and he is great at his craft.
But then Shohei Ohtani does what he's done all year. No more home run number 53. I mean, he just continues to marvel all through the season.
Well, I also think it helps when you see your pitcher who's battling after that.
Yeah.
You know, and he gives up the 4 runs and he still battles it. Like he wasn't sharp, but he's putting up zeros. Now, offensively, you're in the dugout. It's like, hey, guys, let's go. When's our turn? We got to keep putting runs up. Guys putting up some zeros. He's fighting, so now we got to go fight for him. And then Shohei, his power is ridiculous. Just going the other way and driving it out. When he hits it the opposite field, like he knows it, like, all right, he can watch it and enjoy it. That's the difference between a hitter with power and a power hitter. A hitter with power hits the ball and goes the other way, but he's usually going, okay, I hope it goes out and he's running. But when you're a power hitter, you know you can hit it out and you can just watch it and enjoy it. Like, there goes another one. But I just think, though, we know Shohei with the power, but I think the quality at bats afterwards, up and down the lineup, because you want to get it to guys like Shohei, but other guys are still doing their job. You got Tommy Tanks going deep.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. So there was quality at bats throughout the lineup in order for them to come back and put up those 7 runs.
Shohei Ohtani, I don't know if you guys know this or not, he also pitches.
Yeah.
So,
we were aware of that.
He understands sometimes as a pitcher, you're not going to have your best stuff, but he saw his fellow pitcher battling out there, and obviously Shohei Ohtani, Oppo Popo, 53 bombs. He's a special player, but...
All right, let's have a look at our Carl's Jr. moment of the game. It is Shohei Ohtani, and it is a home run, his 53rd of the season. No doubt about it, huh?
It really isn't, and that's, I just shake my head because the power over there, just going the other way, and it is a no-doubter. He knows it's gone, but just a great swing, driving it out of the ballpark, waving it goodbye, and man, he is fun to watch.
One of my favorite shows all time, everybody knows this, or anybody knows me, is Seinfeld, and one of my favorite characters is David Putty, the face painter. Gotta support the team. We got this guy on our set. He's a face painter, and he supports the team.
I didn't know if it was Beetlejuice. I didn't know what's going on. He's excited. He's getting them all excited as well. So we've had a Kershaw blanket. We've got a face painted Dodger fan. Who knows what else the night holds? The night is still young. The night is still young. Well,
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。